there, and welcome back to Nerd Talk. I am Nick the Maverick.
I'm Sommer the Illustrator.
And I'm Anthony the Stark.
And we have a ton of nerdy news to get to today.
Let's get into it.
Go ahead, Nick. Start us off. What's up with the news?
So we have gotten finally confirmation that they will be doing a live-action Harry Potter series. This will be a reboot. This will cover all the books. One season will cover one books. Not sure how long the season will be episode-wise, but J.K. Rowling is heavily involved with the production. There are rumors that she is helping writing the script. That's all we know for right now.
And will it involve Harry Potter at any level, like extent?
So it's even though we just finished the series not even a decade ago, it's a complete reboot. So
complete reboot.
Recasting Harry Potter.
Sorcerer's Stone, starting it up, bang.
So Sorcerer's Stone would be the first season, and then going forward.
Okay, and I heard about this on it's gonna be HBO Max, right?
Yes, at least that's where they're heading.
Okay,
for right now.
I don't know, Summer. Have you seen any Harry Potter movies at all?
No.
Do you know the actors like Daniel Radcliffe?
I did hear about like how he tried to move away from the Harry Potter franchise.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That is one thing. None of the original actors have spoken out against it, so they're not like praising it. They're not against it. So it's just really more for the fans, and the fandom's kind of divided in their reactions. And like half of them is like, oh, well, we're getting more details from the book, possibly a bigger expansion. And then some are like, no, the movies are my childhood. We shouldn't touch that.
And I thought originally they were going to add another movie. I thought they were going to do the movie on a movie on the new book that just came out or had recently come out from J.K. Rowling.
I think probably because of the backlash that the stage production got for Cursed Child, maybe that's also why they're redoing it, in order to kind of get that lore that the books explored, and then plus with the stage play. So we shall see.
Now another news topic is that there's a bunch of backlash over the new Spider-Man or rumored Spider-Man storyline. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, so everything that we're talking about on the podcast today has either been like confirmed. This is the only thing that's rumored. We're not going to claim anything new to this. We're not saying that we have like the first scoop on anything. A lot of
Imagine.
I mean, if we did, that'd be kind of awesome. But a lot of other nerdy podcasts like us have covered this before. But it's essentially saying that Marvel Comics are going to rewrite Spider-Man, which already the fans are already upset with. But it's basically showing that Spider-Man was born with his powers, not he was bitten by the spider. So he's actually a mutant in this universe. And if I'm getting it's not so big as that piece of news, but MJ, Mary Jane Watson, will be erased from the storyline.
Yep, and that's where you draw the line, and that's it. I don't think they should do this. I think it ruins it, right? Like,
I've also heard that it's like a disrespect to Stan Lee.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It is a disrespect to Stan Lee. You know, he created the human spider. You know, Spider-Man's such an iconic character, and I don't know if it's with, you know, this. I really don't know why they would change it. I mean, I get it. We've been seeing the same thing, movie after movie, comic book after comic book line, but I just don't know.
And it also doesn't help. This is just maybe a personal criticism. It also doesn't help that every time like Peter gets happy in his life, that they just decide that they need to reboot it. It's like, he gets married, and they're like, oh, well, she's got to die. And then he gets a daughter, but time gets erased. So,
dude, on me, that's. I mean, but to talk about another Spider-Man, the new trailer dropped for the Spider-Verse too.
Yes.
So what do you think about that trailer? Briefly.
Very interesting. I know that we will get Summer's reaction
to Spider-Verse in a moment or two.
I like it. I don't want to give away too much, because I know that some, at least from what I've seen online, is that the fandom is almost altogether in agreement, saying we're gonna wait to see this in theaters.
I see.
Which is interesting. I've never seen a fandom come together like that.
That's interesting. And, it has one of my favorite actors. I don't know if you know. You probably do know. Oscar Isaac.
Oh, of course.
That's the guy. That's the guy. What about Moana? I saw this news yesterday, actually, on Instagram, on The Rock's page. And I was really, stunned. I was like, wait, Moana's getting a live reboot? Wait, what? It doesn't make sense.
It's very interesting. They're bringing back, I think it's the entire cast, or at least
except the girl that plays Moana, I think, right?
No, she's also going to be.
She's coming back too?
At least that's what I've seen. I could be wrong, and maybe we'll get an update in a few days, and they'll say, no, we're actually going to get a different actress.
Have you seen Moana?
I think so.
The one with Maui,
Oh, yeah.
I
don't remember much, but
say you're welcome.
I did watch that part.
Oh, the song? It's weird. Disney's in a direction of just musicals. It's a really weird. Well, that's what they've always been known for, kind of, right? In their animated movies,
Well, I think one question that I do want to ask you, Sommer, is because you are our illustrator. You can do a lot with animation. Surely, as someone who appreciates art probably a lot more than maybe me or Anthony here, do you think when they do the live action that it captures the right spirit as the animated films, or is there something missing?
Well,
that's a great question.
Yeah, that is a great question. You're racking my brain right now. I feel like they're two different types of media, and they are artful in their own way. Actors, they're their own art, and animation is its own art.
And just to add to your point, I think it does take away from the original animated, because when they re-released Mulan into live action, I personally did not like it at all. I think the original animated cartoon movie is just superior in all, because you're able to do so much more in animation too, more than what you're able to in real acted movies.
It's definitely got some fans torn. I know that at least from what I've seen online is that a lot of people really don't care for when Disney decides that they're going to do another live action remake. And we just said this with Harry Potter, where it's barely been about a decade since those movies finished. It's not even been a decade since Moana was released.
Exactly.
And now they're updating it.
Which is it's unheard of, actually, to remake a movie so early within its time span of being out.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that happen before.
I know that they tried to do the older stuff, so it was Jungle Book. I think the closest that we got was Aladdin, Mulan, but this is very interesting.
I've never seen this before. And then just to briefly go before we head over to Sommer Reacts, what do you think about after being in production for 40 years, a film by the Godfather director Francis Ford Coppola? Did I say it properly?
Francis Ford Coppola.
Coppola, my bad.
That's all good.
Has wrapped filming.
Yes, after a very troubled production, Francis Ford Coppola has finally wrapped production on this film. He started writing the script 40 years back.
And what's the movie name, by the way?
I believe it's Megapolis.
Megapolis, okay.
So
I think I've heard something about that.
Yes, so it's got a huge cast to it. The major players are Nathalie Emmanuel from Game of Thrones, Adam Driver from Star Wars.
Love Adam Driver.
And very controversially, Shia LaBeouf is going to be in it.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Which he's garnered some controversy based on the way his character is dressed in the film. But supposedly it's a disaster comedy drama film, which I don't know how all those connect, but I'm very interested.
A disaster what?
disaster comedy drama.
Could it be like This Is the End? Have you ever seen This Is the End?
So I guess not so much This Is the End where like you're showing the actual disaster. I guess it's the aftermath of the disaster.
Oh well, that's a pretty good update on the news, man.
Does this pique any of your interests, Sommer, of a comedy disaster drama?
Never heard of any of these people.
Well, let's just move on to Sommer Reacts, where Sommer's gonna review a couple of the upcoming movies that are gonna come out, like the new trailer for Blue Beetle, which was kind of crazy. A lot of personally, well, I'm Mexican, and well, so are you,
yes,
Nick. How did you feel about Blue Beetle? I mean, we could talk about it later, but quickly, like, I was pretty proud.
I'm very excited for it. I'm very
excited
to see your reaction, and then we're also gonna have you reacting to the Barbie trailer.
Mm. Sounds like my type of movie.
Barbie. Well, yeah, let's get into it, guys.
Hey guys, welcome to the Sommer React segment, and I'm gonna be watching Blue Beetle.
Excuse me, Mr. Rios? You finished scraping the gum off that lounger or what?
Everything right now feels so out of reach.
You always land on your feet, bro. You're Jaime.
They don't get out much. I just want to rap. Jenny?
Guard that with your life, but do not open it.
You went in to get us jobs, and all you brought back was a hamburger?
Okay, I don't think it's a burger.
You haven't looked?
What the hell is that?
How did you get it to do that?
I think he likes me.
Jaime.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. What the?
Host acquired.
Who said that? Okay, it's gonna be okay. Space.
Re-entry systems ready.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
What is going on?
I just wanna rock.
It's called the Scarab. It's some kind of world-destroying weapon. It's designed to protect its host.
This ain't what you want.
Sometimes it does what you want, and sometimes it doesn't.
I think I cut a bus in half.
The Scarab chose you, but it belongs to me.
That love you feel for your family makes you weak.
I just wanna rock. You won't kill my dog, stand on my money, don't know my side.
The universe has sent you a gift, and you have to figure out what you're gonna do with it.
That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Whatever you can imagine, I can create.
Let's party.
Nice choice.
I just wanna rock.
Whoa, it's like Batman stuff. Batman's a fascist.
I just wanna rock.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty neat. I like that little sword thing at the end. That was pretty cool. Is it a movie I would personally go to the theater to watch? Probably not. But it looks pretty cool. Yeah. All right. So for the second movie trailer I'm watching, it'll be Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Ken. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, Ken.
With the radio blast and goes cruising just as fast as she can now.
I thought I might stay over tonight.
Why?
Because we're girlfriend, boyfriend.
To do what?
I'm actually not sure. I'm coming with you.
Did you bring your rollerblades?
I literally go nowhere without them. Oh, looks like this beach was a little too much beach for you, Ken. If I wasn't severely injured, I would beach you off right now, Ken. I'll beach off with you any day, Ken.
Anyone who wants to beach him off has to beach me off first.
I will beach both of you off at the same time. Beach both of us off?
Nobody's gonna beach anyone off.
I'm digging the pink. I didn't know that all the characters were named Barbie and all the characters were named Ken, but I mean it's pretty cool. It's something that hasn't been made. They've been making movies about anything now. That's what I've learned. So yeah, I guess that's my review. I don't really have much to say. If I would see this in theaters, I mean I guess ironically, just for the fun of it. And yeah, and back to our segment. Welcome back to the movie review.
We are going to be tackling Scream 6 today.
Hold on. First, can we applaud Sommer for reactions in those trailer reviews? Pretty good trailers, huh, Sommer?
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to be tackling Scream 6, which was, in my opinion, I mean, I could just start off really high on a high note before we deep dive into the actual movie, but Scream 6 was actually, like, one of my favorite movies of the year so far.
It's definitely up there with films that have come out this year. There's a lot of great films. There hasn't been too many like bad, but in terms of like quality of filmmaking, the fun aspect, rewatchability, it's definitely very high up there.
And I thought it was just so good. I don't know what it was about this and you know, every time I go see a Scream movie, it's like, okay, what are they gonna do this time? What's the plot that they're gonna try to configure this? Because you know, it's a lot of people, you know, stopped going to see Scream because it was like, oh, it's the same thing. Oh, what's the new twist? Oh, it's the boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? But this time, I felt like it was a really good movie. I don't know. I took my roommate with me, and he was like, dude, like, good stuff. This movie was pretty good.
I think the thing about Scream is the franchise isn't trying to break into any new ground.
Yeah.
And it knows that. And so what the franchise started out to do was to use the tropes of horror movies that we're very much used to, and then compiling them together and using them in new and very different ways. Or if it's like maybe this was a trope back then and like 40s, 50s, 60s cinema, how can we bring it up and update it? They mentioned it earlier, and I'm just going to go on like a little dirty rant, but they mentioned a certain type of film, which is called giallo. It's Italian for horror slashers. It came out before the slashers that we're used to.
Okay.
And I kind of knew like, oh yeah, that follows a certain structure. This film kind of follows a giallo format, so we're bringing it back around.
That's I've never heard that. That's pretty interesting. I mean, now before we even go deeper into Scream, and Sommer, I'm gonna ask you again. Have you ever seen Scream? Like any Scream movie?
No, I have not watched any Scream movies.
Do you know of it though? Like
I know like the mask, Ghostface.
Yeah, Ghostface. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I've seen the like, what's up?
Oh, you're talking about a scary movie.
I don't know.
Yeah, where they're on the phone like, what's up?
Yeah, that's all I've seen from him.
Oh, okay. So you haven't seen like, I'm gonna gut you like a fish, or
Please never do that impression again.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just like that's iconic though. That's iconic.
I swear, if you call me tonight and do that voice, I'm hanging up on you right away.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I'm just gonna be like, all right, I will see you Tuesday, my dude.
You know, that's like iconic though too. Like, what's your favorite scary movie?
Well, from someone that's never seen the films before, hearing this stuff, is that kind of familiar, or is there anything where you're like,
or it doesn't ring a bell at all?
No, nothing.
Nah.
It's all right. It's not everyone's cup of tea. We already went through that. But I mean, what was your favorite part in the movie? I mean, we could talk about spoilers now, right? Do you want to do a spoiler free or not?
Let's at least say a score. Let's at least say a score for our audience who has not seen the film yet.
All right.
So I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Okay, 10 out of 10. That's pretty good. And I'd like to match you, but there's one thing there's just one thing that in there that just didn't sit well with me. So it's like, for me, it's an 8.5 or a 9.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. And you'll have to like either debate with me or just tell me. And then Sommer, what do you think about I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna say 10 out of 10 because that's what Nick said.
Cool.
I appreciate that you have sided with me.
Now do you want to hear why?
Spoiler warning for all of the people that have not seen it yet. We'll put some special effects up here.
Yep. It's there. The editing guy will get it somehow. Okay. The reason I docked it a point, maybe even a point and a half, is because do you remember the scene in which they're trapped later on in the movie, towards the end?
I'm gonna see if this is
where they're trapped, right? Jenna Ortega and the sister, I forget their names.
Sam and Tara.
Yes, Sam and Tara. What's Tara's boyfriend?
Chad.
God bless him. Chad, right? So you know how they find out that they're running away from two Ghostface?
Yes.
Well, they're like, oh wait, like they're each fighting their own Ghostface for a second, and then they eventually cross paths, the sisters, and then they're like, oh shoot, there's two, and they start running away. You remember that?
Yes.
And then how Chad goes with oh wait, no, it was just Sam that was fighting the two, or just fighting one at the time. Okay. And then Jenna Ortega's character, Tara, was kissing Chad at the moment. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Now, I dock it a point because do you remember how both Screams started stabbing Chad, and they started going ham on him, taking turns, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm talking about? Like, if you were Chad, and then Sommer and me were Scream, we were just taking turns stabbing.
I don't like that you used me for the example.
I'm just saying. But anyways, do you remember that?
Yes.
How are you gonna tell me that this man survived?
Are you just mad that he got to kiss Jenna
No,
Ortega?
that's not what I'm saying. I mean, sure, but still.
Sommer?
I mean, yeah. I would be
Look at it. You're not gonna question how he's still alive. Everyone around me, like I'm looking at my roommate, I'm looking at people around me, and they're like, "How is he alive?" And they're like, "This movie's stupid."
It's plot armor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair to the Scream franchise, our fan favorite character Dewey has gotten stabbed how many times? You're just mad because
I was mad in Scream 5 about Dewey dying because I'm like, of course,
spoiler for Scream 5.
Of course he dies by coming back to shoot him. Like, why didn't you just leave with the homies? Like, come on now.
You're just I'm sensing it's just
frustration. It's just I don't know if it's horrible writing. It's not horrible writing. I just said that just to say it, but I was just upset. That's it.
It's the Jenna Ortega thing, in my opinion.
It might boil down to it. Sure.
Maybe in a year, because I think honestly they're going to continue the franchise.
No, they are.
If you get mad again that he survives, he doesn't get stabbed.
He should have.
I'm just going to turn over to. I won't say a word. I won't even say I told you so. I'll just give a slight nod towards you.
And I'm gonna be like, "What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you?" What was your favorite moment in the film?
Well, first off, my favorite character dies. I'm sad. Annika which is the girlfriend of fan favorite. Oh goodness, I'm gonna forget her character name. I know the actress. The Mindy. Annika's the new character.
Yeah.
She's the girlfriend. Yep. She said my saying. I've been called out a lot by my crew and by my family. I say my dude a lot. If like someone messes up, I'm like, my dude, come on now. And she said it, and I was like, this girl's the best. This
and then
she's
she gets...
and then she dies, and then I was like,
are you talking about the girl that dies while on the ladder?
Yes. My heart broke because I was like, someone.
I mean, we all knew she wasn't gonna make it. Let's be real. She was like another thing. Like I feel like the damage that Ghostface did to these girls were like, dude, she got like, wasn't she getting gutted actually? Kinda. I'm trying to remember, like, cause she was at like the chimney or the living room, and she started getting like gutted, right? Of some sort.
Yes. Yeah. She started. These ghost faces. That's one thing I will say. They didn't play around when it came to the killing.
Yep.
So I guess I can see that kind of like Chad lives of
That's
like people being upset, but I think it was more of like he's just such a likable character. He's just such a cool dude.
No, he's a really like I like his character a lot. Like even when in the beginning scene when he protects Tara from the guy in the party.
Yeah, Frankie.
Yeah,
that's his name. Sorry to all the Frankies in our audience.
Yeah, Frankie, you were not represented well.
You were not represented well in this film.
No, but he's a good character. I like him a lot. Alongside and that's the thing, dude. I thought he's like, oh, you know where I was? I was in Econ all night. Like that guy, the one that ended up being one of the Ghostface.
He looks exactly like one of the students I look after.
Really?
Yeah, and everyone in the class tells him too.
Wow, he's like, oh, you're famous.
Yeah, honestly, completely different dude. But just to give a shout out to my students out there.
And just looking down here, what do you want to see next in the franchise? Where do you think they head? You think Tara and Sam take up because Sam was looking enjoyable. Like what do you think?
I thought this might be a cool thing, and then Sommer, we'll see. Because I know that you've kind of talked about like needles don't do it for you. But then we'll see. What would you like to like see in a franchise that changes all the time? I would like to see one of the ghost faces get killed, or maybe at least get captured halfway through the film.
Okay.
And then the rest of the plot is like these ghost faces now are on the defensive of trying to cover their tracks, and the heroes are now trying to.
Wow. What if that's the next movie right there? It's the POV of Ghostface.
Scream 7, I'm calling it.
It's like the point of view of Ghostface trying to cover his tracks.
It definitely would be interesting, because then if maybe there was like one big final killer, and then we got to see the other perspectives of these underlings trying to.
I just don't want to see a Michael Myers. Like that's it. Like no Halloween. You know how like Michael Myers, he's like he transferred like his evilness, his conscience to the other guy.
That's the like later. I don't.
That's like the last stage, like on their last leg. We need to make more money somehow.
Jason did that too.
He did. Now that I'm remembering, he did. What did you think about that though? I never asked you about Halloween.
Halloween, I like the franchise.
No, well, more specifically about the latest movie, where he transfers consciousness.
It's not my favorite. I'd rather not see that.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
So,
anyways,
Sommer, what would you like to see in a franchise that constantly changes?
Yep, trying to innovate all the time. Like they took it to New York.
I don't know what we're talking about, to be honest.
Well, just in general, like scary movies. What do you want to see in scary movies? Like, what's your ideal? Huh?
Mom, pick me up. I'm scared.
Oh. One of those like is like slashers like Scream and Halloween, or like scary movies like that has like weird figures. Like I don't know, what's a good scary movie? Silent Hill.
Yeah,
like that.
Oh no, I don't have like a lot of frame of references.
Or
to
like
go off
Saw.
of.
People I know
watched Saw.
cannot watch Saw.
I know about like the Mask of Saw.
Oh well, like Saw's
and,
like
the
you know
play games thing.
Yeah, the games. Yeah.
What you were saying, I think that'd be kind of funny because Scream is also known for being a comedy. If like there's just a character that's just like, so I'm leaving, and then for the rest of the movie, they don't show up, and then in the ending credits, they're like, maybe like in an after credit scene, they're like they come out and they're like, we're safe, and that's how you survive a Scream movie. So I think that's going to wrap up this episode. So we want to give thanks first off to Coyote Radio,
thank you so
who
much.
has graciously let us use the studio and space, and to our recording technician, thank you very much for helping us today.
What is your name so we can give you a shout out?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, Alexis.
Alexis, thank you so much for helping us out.
To our camera crew, Mariel and Christina, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sommer, for enduring torture of us constantly asking you questions.
Yeah.
Sir, don't call me tonight. And
I'm gonna call you tonight. I'm gonna be like, hey,
don't do
Nick.
I'm not gonna pick up if I see.
I'm like, Nick, what's your favorite scary movie? And then you're gonna tell me like, oh,
you're just gonna hear.
Like,
you're just gonna hear the dial tone, and that's it.
I'll leave a message.
And to our nerdy audience, thank you for being very loyal and seeing the next episode. We will hopefully have another episode ready for you next week. Thank you all. Take care.
Thank you.